why are you dragging me, a bottom caste, like into this fight and and pointing me out specifically, like not going to everybody in the coalition and holding them accountable. You African American, you come over here and help me. I don't like that sense of entitlement to to political capital. Politics is still an exchange. Like I have a heart for all the people that are going through this, but you are not entitled to my labor or my capital. Like my ancestors have been there, where people have been entitled to our bodies, to our time, to our labor. Enough. Come
Well,
to
I
me
don't
with something in your hand.
absolutely, Reggie. I don't think people understand. Like a lot of things can happen to us, but deportation isn't one of them, right? Like, and they have the inability to wrap their heads around it, and they also can't wrap their heads around the fact that, listen, a lot of Latino men voted for Trump, right? And so if you want to go and talk to anybody about like how they should be on board, I think you got to start right there. Right. I think you got to start with them. I think you got to have that conversation before you can come to any of the people in talking about whether we're talking about ADOS AF or ADOS people in general. You have to talk to them. But I think people are so used to talking down to us. They're so used to pointing their finger at us and telling us what you need to do. What? No, 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 no. Go and talk to them, because your group really made this happen in terms of this administration. Like the way they broke up the Latino vote way more than the ADOS vote. So don't talk to me about that. The ADOS vote still went overwhelmingly for Harris, regardless of what I did or anybody else did. So you got to go talk to the people you got to talk to. And that's going to be an uncomfortable conversation that you don't want to have, but you got to go have it before you come and stand in my face.
There's
Look,
levels to this.
look, and I just imagine someone coming and trying to stand in your face, having a different conversation. That ain't
Not
gonna
gonna
go
go
well.
well.
Hey, so before we roll for real this time, I see on the ADOS Foundation website Justice for Generations, which is a campaign to fund the creation of a comprehensive ADOS reparations bill. Why do we need our own bill instead of some of the bills like HR 40 that we see out there right now?
Well, it doesn't have any teeth. Like HR 40 doesn't have any money. It's not specific to ADOS in terms of a lineage. So it doesn't, it's really, and you think about it, the people who brought it, they said, like you have run down, you said, we just brought it to teach. It really wasn't supposed to be real legislation. And because of that, it looks like something and reads like something that wasn't supposed to be real legislation. And so we have to do something different. And we initially tried to support that bill, and people who were part of those Pan-Africanist groups came and said, that's our bill. We got this bunch of co-sponsors on it, and they said, and they took it and took off running with it like they were playing football. So we said, listen, it wasn't the greatest anyway. We tried to support it, didn't work. So now we have to do something we have to do our thing now. We have to do something that has teeth. We know that we can create a much better piece of legislation in terms of a reparations framework, which we have, which we unveiled at the Reparations Summit.